Power panel now with Luke Ball, former House Communications Director and Republican strategist, and David Carlucci, former Democratic New York State Senator. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. David, over to you first. It is interesting that President Obama is calling what's happening in Texas, quote, systematic assault on democracy, but then turns around and is congratulating what the Democrats in California are trying to do. Make it make sense.
Yeah, well, look, President Obama he didn't invent the rules of redistricting when he was a state senator in Illinois, but he did spend his time in office trying to undo the gerrymandering that we've seen across this country. And yes, Democrats and Republicans have participated in gerrymandering, but we've seen the Democrats try to at least take the politics out of this process. Not an easy thing to do. But if you look at states like New York, California, they've put in place these independent redistricting commissions to make sure that voters actually choose their politicians and politicians are choosing their voters.
But now they're trying to bypass that.
That's right, because of what, look, Donald Trump is spending his time talking about ending mail-in ballots, trying to put integrity into our election system, but yet he's done a blatant power grab in Texas, asking the state legislature to redraw these lines mid-census or mid-cycle just for the fact of trying to hold on to the House. Republicans have control now. If you think it's a bad process or you've been unduly harmed by blue states, then pass a federal law and require independent redistricting in every state in the country. You have the power, not just to end in mail-in vote ballots or to make voter ID laws. Do some real change. Have independent redistricting across the country. That's something Democrats would join in that fight. But they're not going to fight with one hand tied behind their back. Or, they've got to fight fire with fire. And that's what's going on right now.
Is that what's going on right now, Luke?
No, I would say that independent redistricting commissions are a lot like socialism. It sounds great, but it doesn't really work. Even in my friend David's own state in New York, they had an independent redistricting commission, and the commission couldn't come to a consensus. So they threw it to the Democrat state legislature, and then those maps were overruled in an appellate court because it didn't give Republicans any seats hardly, and they had two primary elections that cost the state $120 million. Redistricting every 10 years is a long process, but doing it shorter than that is not illegal. There is not some court precedent that says you can't do it. There's not some law that says you can't do it. In fact, in 2022, the Census Bureau reported they had underestimated Texas's population by 2% or 500,000 individuals. And since last redistricting, we've had over 2 million people come to Texas. And Democrats cannot seriously argue that portions of Texas are not gerrymandered. You look at Texas' 18th congressional district, it looks like a block of Swiss cheese, and it has more liberals in there than a Portland Starbucks. So Democrats are completely disingenuous when they say that Republicans are arguing against this and breaking some sort of law.
Should we just have a race to the bottom?
Okay, I want to quickly get to this.
What Luke is arguing for is a race to the bottom. Is a race to the bottom. Why don't we try to make it a better system?
I want to get to this next topic here because it's important, and it's about the rhetoric that's happening right now on the left. I want to play two quick sound bites and have you guys respond to this. This is how Dems are responding to this redistricting fight.
There is nothing off the table. If we're really serious about the threat that we face, that means we'll use everything on the table to fight back.
Obama years, there was the, of course, old adage that at this point is old, when they go high, or when they go low, we go high. It seems that fighting fire with fire sort of meets them at that low point, I guess, to use that metaphor. Do you have any concern that this could overreach or could backfire?
No. When they go low, we're going to bury them below the Capitol. Either we're on our heels, and the most vulnerable are on their heels reacting to Donald Trump, or he's on his heels reacting to us.
We're going to bury them below the Capitol, David. Do you think that is appropriate rhetoric?
Not rhetoric I would use. But I think given the situation and what we've seen, this blatant power grab, look, Democrats have played this game before and Republicans have too, but we've never seen a president just take the whole game board for themselves. And that's what's happened here, which is very scary, I think, to everyone. If you ask any person on the street, should we strive to have a fairer district so that you get to elect your representative, not the other way around? I think people would agree. So, yes, it's not a perfect system, and states states have tried to take some independence in this process, but it hasn't worked out like we'd like. We shouldn't give up. I hope it puts attention and we have this done on a national basis.
Luke, I'll give you the last word here.
Yeah, maybe David has that mentality, and that's very noble, but Obama and Newsom do not have that same mentality. In fact, I think a lot of Democrats would like Republicans to play by Robert's Rules of Order whenever we're in charge, but whenever they're in charge, they play like a WWE SmackDown. It's time to actually start governing like we're in charge. You see these individuals raising money not just to go after state legislatures, which is what Eric Holder and Obama are doing, but they're also targeting the court battles, meaning they want to try and use lawfare to their advantage. So don't hate the player, hate the game. The fact is, this is our system right now, and we have to actually use it to our advantage.
And you're making it worse.
Okay.
You're making it worse. Let's try to make it better.
Luke, David, the fight will go on, and we'll catch you both on another day. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all.
Good to be with you.